Okay, I'm really hoping that I actually can look mildly decent in this video, because the amount of videos I've deleted because I look bad, or like not uploaded because I look bad, we need to not be doing that. And also we need to be a bit more confident. So anyway, hello everyone. I've got to try to be a bit quiet because I'm in my uni dorm and I don't want people to hear me. I'm going to start doing monthly reading wrap-ups. So this is my January wrap-up. We're going to talk about the 3 books that I finished in January. There's not a lot, obviously, it's only 3. But I will be hopefully reading more throughout the year, and then I will be able to talk about more books. But yeah, I also don't have very long to edit this, and I want to upload it tomorrow. So we're going to try to just go through this with minimal editing and just speak. So yeah, I'm going to try not to put pressure on myself, because whenever I put pressure on myself I then fuck up. So the first 2 books I read are part of the Spiderwick Chronicles series, which is a film that I grew up loving. Also watched it last year and it's still amazing, still makes me cry, still so good. I love that film, but I grew up loving it, and then I discovered recently that it is actually a book series. The film was based on the series, so that's amazing. So I read the first 2, I finished them, I'm on the 3rd one now, but I finished the first 2, I rated them both 3-star, however the second one was better than the first because it was much more action-packed, so like adventurous, you know. Action adventure really kind of kicked off more. So the first one, to be honest, I don't even remember that much that happened. It's just kind of world building. They're very short books, which is great, so they're really easy and quick to get through, and they're also written for children. Jared basically so Jared's family, they move into his great aunt Lucinda's and his great uncle Arthur's big like manor house. Basically it's so rustic, it's worn down, it's like completely fucked. They move in there, and then he finds Arthur's field guide, which basically details all these like mythical creatures and like fae, fairies. Some, you know, are like magic, and they have all these really cool little interesting like tendencies and behaviorisms. And then some of them are like really dangerous, like the ogres and the trolls and the goblins. I adored this film when I was younger, like honestly. Me and my best friend at the time, Lily, we literally made a mystery club, and it was all about the goblins, and like there was clues, and if we ever found anything out of the ordinary at all, we would write about it in our mystery journal, which I still have. And we like recruited members in our school, but not everyone knew about the goblins, not everyone was allowed to know about the goblins. The second book is a lot more action adventure. It's the book where Simon gets kidnapped by the goblins, and then Jared and Mallory have got to go and get him back. I quite like the fact that you kind of see there's so much more that happens in the books than in the film. So much more. There's other characters, there's other creatures, there's other things they do, like they meet a troll, you know, like a water troll from the stream. They go in the woods, like it's just a whole other thing, but it's so charming and lovely and really comforting to read. So a lovely series. I'm really glad that I'm reading it, but I think it's such a shame because it's just something that I would have really loved as a child. I would have adored it as a child, and unfortunately it's not going to get higher than a 3-star now because I just don't love it as much now. Like I love the film, don't get me wrong, but the books, like they would have hit different when I was a child. And then the final book that I finished this month, I've been in the middle of tons by the way, but the final book I actually finished in January was Room by Emma Donoghue, and I rated this 3.5 stars, which means I really liked it. I've got a bit of a mixed array of opinions about this book because I really liked it, and I thought that to have told the book from Jack's point of view was just incredibly charming, and it almost made things a little bit lighter, but then in the same sense made things all the more sad because there were so many things that Jack didn't understand that were going on, and he just had this really like kind of naive perspective on life sometimes. Like sometimes he was very like realistic, and sometimes he was just very naive. Like he just thought that everything would turn out perfectly. He thought that his mom knew everything in the world. But yeah, let me tell you about what the book is actually about. Basically it's about a 5-year-old boy and his mother who are in captivity, and the story is basically about, it's their life in captivity, but then it's also really about how they're healing from that trauma after they get out. And the reason why I don't think that's a spoiler is because to me that is what the book is literally about. It's about the healing. It's not like this thrilling book of like, are they gonna get out, are they not gonna get out? Like, it's not like that. It's a lot deeper and heavier and very like, it's just about how they are really affected by their trauma. I think his mum, Jack's mum, is such an incredible character. She, well, not even an incredible character, but an incredible person. Like, not that she's a real person, but she's I think there's a difference between a character and a person. Could get into it, but it's kind of a different thing. Anyway, I just think that she was a really good mom, and she really struggled, and she didn't let Jack see all of that, so sometimes it's very inferred. I liked the fact that as Jack is so young and naive, and his mum didn't tell him everything because she didn't want to hurt him, we get this really cool, not cool, but like interesting, unreliable narrator perspective where we can't necessarily trust everything that Jack is saying. He thinks that the room, the shed that they are held captive in is this amazing thing. He thinks it's the whole world. He thinks the whole world is him and his mum in that shed, and when that illusion comes crumbling down, it hurts him and he wants to hold on to it while his mum wants to escape. And it's just, the reason why I rated it 3.5 stars is because it's not, to me, it doesn't meet my ultimate preferences for a book, so that's just on me. That's my own personal experience. The book was really well done, very well written, very consistent with its narrative style and voice. Like, it was very good. It was a very solid book. But yeah, for my personal preferences, it wasn't amazing. I think that if it hadn't made me cry so many times, it would be a 3-star. But yeah, it went up to 3.5 because it just made me cry so much. It made me feel like so many times. It made me cry so many times and feel so many things. I just felt so empathetic towards Jack and his mum, and I was really sad. Some of the things that were said in the book were just so heartwarming and so sweet, and it's just the cutest thing ever. Jack and his mum, the relationship between the mother and son, like how they both want to protect each other, the way that Jack wanted to protect his mum, that warmed my heart so much. It was just so sweet, and the love that he had for his mum was really incredible. So yes, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I would recommend all 3 books for those of you who are interested in them. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you very soon for my next one. Goodbye!